So what I hold in my hand is 200 pages of documents. That's the average amount of document that an European citizen has to submit to its bank when applying for a mortgage loan. And that's the document set that your loan officers, your back office experts, your fraud experts are processing in order to originate a loan. It takes you average 2,000 to 5,000 euros and 3 to 6 weeks. It's extremely costly, and your clients hate it. We at Intuitech built an agent that does everything under a minute on bank-grade accuracy and full transparency. My name is Máté Androlovic. I'm the founder of Intuitech. We are a 200-people studio. We are working on AI solutions for banks, and we are one of the few companies who have live, scaled, customer-facing generative AI agents deployed in an EU bank. So let's get started. So what we are going to do is, like, we already digitized all this paper. So we are going to just upload the whole pack. This pack contains financial data, ID cards, even real estate contracts, really the whole pack that matters. So let's just upload it, and then let's move to the next screen. Because what you see here is the front end of the agent we've built. On the top, we have a message that something has been coming, so let's click on that. This is where the magic happens. So here the agent identifies that what kind of mortgage it is, one debtor, two debtor, etc. Identifies what kind of data is required, what kind of document is required, and what are the rules that has to be analyzed. So basically everything. And we are done. On the top, you see the key data extracted from the mortgage loan. But let's go a bit down there. And I would actually click on the task. Let me explain you why. Because what we did here is that we identified all the tasks that requires manual human intervention from your loan officer. It means talking to a client, asking for new papers, making a decision. So everything that your loan officer has to do, everything else has been pre-processed. Let me show you how that works. So if we click on the data view, what happens here is that the AI agent actually checks each and every data point for 3 criteria. 1, have we found it in every document? If yes, that's a click. Second, are the documents valid, signed, stamped, etc.? If it's a tick, it goes okay. And it also checks for consistency. Let's check the more magical part, which is the rule section. So here we are actually applying complex rules that could not have been done before generative AI. So we are actually checking real estate contracts, and we are checking whether it's legally okay or not. So it's highly complex. And we have a document view, but let's keep that. Let's go to the tasks, because this is where the interesting things are. And actually, let's start with the real estate contract. Because what the agent does is that once it identifies the issues, it tells your loan officer what the issue and what the solution is. So on the left-hand side, it writes a brief explanation of the issue. On the right-hand side, it brings up the document that's required. So in this document, the agent managed to find that the mortgage right is not in the favor of the bank, and the real estate is not claim-free. That's an issue, but we don't stop here, because actually the agent drafted the contract. So that only test, takes banking average an hour, and it involves 2 to 3 FTEs, done in a second. So let's accept what the agent suggested, and I would like to show you another complex use case. Because if we go to the income and employment section, let's click on the first issue. It says there's a consistency issue. So it identified that in the loan application form, our client says that his income is 160,000 forints. Forint is very undervalued, by the way, so it's a big number. So it brought up the document, and it also highlighted the section where the data is, basically eliminating manual work. And it identified that in the employer income statement, actually 100,000 is the regular revenue, 150 is one-off income. So it cannot be accepted, but the loan officer, let's say, agrees with what the agent drafted. And the story is not ending here, because there is another issue. Actually, the agent found in the text documents that this guy is a freelancer as well. And again, it brings up the documents, it highlights a section. And what other thing it does is actually checks the income statement and tries to find a transaction that meets this criteria. Unfortunately, this guy is with Revolut. That's a bad sign, but we still can live with that, and we found it. So it means, again, it's a complex set of rules bundled together to solve real FTE issue. Let's accept everything. And there is a third element to that. So if this guy is a freelancer, it means that we need additional documentation. And again, the system is explaining that. But what if I don't know what's the additional documentation? Let's ask the chatbot. And while we type in the question, I would like to tell you that this chatbot is actually live in an EU bank, client-facing, handling tens of thousands of questions each month. It's live since November 24. And actually, it doesn't only answer questions, it can call the API of the scoring system, and actually it can perform real-time scoring to the clients. So let's see the answer. Yeah, we have the answer. So these are the documents. And we are running low on time, so let's skip the issue bit. And there is one thing that is also time-consuming, which is emailing. In a traditional digital mortgage flow, 50 to 100 email exchanges are there. So you have to automate that as well. We have a solution for that. So the agent drafted the answer, and all the issues we accepted can be deleted or removed or added. And here is your email. Also, the updated real estate agreement is here as well. I cannot demo that, but we're actually automating the processing of the incoming emails as well. So what we showed you is that without the need to replace any of your systems, we automate what people do, and actually from a very costly flow, we go to a real-time flow. We would be happy to show you at our booth, because this is not our only live agent at banks. We have a few more. So if you are interested, we are more than happy to show it to you at our booth. Thank you very much for your kind attention.